Well, China has signalled further good intentions with its foreign ministry announcing it's ready and willing to work with Australia to get relations between the two nations back on track. The comment was made in a regular government news briefing and comes in response to news that Australia and China had reached an agreement to resolve their disputes over barley imports. China's Vice Minister for Foreign Affairs will visit Australia this week, becoming the first high-level official to travel to the country in 6 years as relations between Beijing and Canberra continue to thaw.
China is ready to work with Australia to further implement the important consensus reached at the Bali G20 summit meeting. Based on the principles of mutual respect, we will promote the rebuilding of mutual trust between the two countries and return bilateral relations back on the right track. And in the process, we will address respective concerns on economic and trade issues in a balanced manner for the mutual benefit of the people of both countries.
Off the back of that, joining us live now is Victorian grain grower Brett Hosking. You're dancing. Are you dancing off the back of yesterday's news, Brett?
Well, look, it is promising news, Peter. It's been this stalemate for a few years now. We love trading with the Chinese. They're still our biggest wheat export market. It's just a shame we haven't been able to get barley in there for a few years. So hopefully, talks will progress. And we always know that taking discussions outside of places like the WTO is always the best way we're going to get the best outcome that's great for both countries. But we do still need that stick in there if we can't, progress and get that market open again.
How much of your product have you had to diversify and send to other nations since those tariffs were jacked up?
Yeah, all barley exports have gone elsewhere since those tariffs were introduced. They've just made it impossible to enter into that Chinese market. So, we've opened up some new markets, which is exciting, for malt barley into places like South America, which is really good. But they won't replace the Chinese market. So if we can get that Chinese market back, we see money back into small communities, and that's great.
Why is that, Brett? Because was China paying more?
Yeah, absolutely. They pay more, because they value our product, and they seem to have an unquenchable appetite for our product, which is really good. They're also geographically so much closer, so the cost of getting the product there is so much better as well. So, it's good. It's a real win for rural communities as much as anything. Governments can make all the noise they want, but the best thing they can do for rural communities is to make sure we've got good markets for our products. And so hopefully they're confident that that'll be the outcome.
But the growers have been able to survive in the meantime?
Yeah, we have seen a bit of a swing away from barley production in Australia. We've seen a little bit more canola in the last 12 months. We've good canola markets. We've seen a few more lentils in my part of the world, in Victoria. We've even seen a little bit more wheat go in the ground. But barley will never be replaced. It's still a core part of a healthy rotation, protecting our soils, being sustainable and all of that.
Is there a concern, though, if we get the relationship back on track with China, that, some point down the track, someone's going to say something that offends someone, be it a government or whatever, and then the tariffs are jacked up again? Is there and you'll have to diversify again. I mean, do you have concerns that could happen down the track?
Yeah, well, that is a nagging concern, and it's even a nagging concern to say that, hey, we're entering this 3-month process. We're putting on hold a WTO process that was already going and was due to give a finding. We're putting that on hold, and we're going into this 3-month negotiation. I hope that the government is really, really confident at the end of it, we will be trading tariff-free into that market, because that's the goal that every Australian farmer wants.
Yeah, but what does that do for confidence if you get things back open again, and then at the pulling of a trigger or whatever, then you're back on again, and it's just going to shatter you?
Yeah, well, it's a risk, and in farming, where we farm in the toughest business environment in the world, and that's the Australian climate. So we're used to challenges as growers, so we will manage. But look, all of these things, more than anything, they take that money, as I keep saying, out of rural communities, where it's a local church, a local footy club, the local service groups. They all lose money when farmers aren't as profitable.
So how long would it?
We can make farmers profitable.
Sorry, Brett. How long would it take to turn your business back from those other nations back towards China? Is that a quick thing, or does that take a while?
No, that's a really quick process, actually. We have established relationships in China. They're already our biggest wheat market. It's just the barley we've got to get in there. We know the road to send the boats on effectively. The boats know their way there. So we're straight back into the market if that could happen. And we know they want our product.
Good on you, Brett. Brett Hosking there from beautiful Lawn. Thanks, Brett. We'll talk to you soon.